All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today I'm here to do my daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. So there was an awful lot of action today. So we're still in the middle of the trading day. The Fed just put its notes out. So I wanted to go through that and talk about today's action. So we cover Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel. So if that's content that you're interested in, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And of course, if you like this video, please smash the like button. Also, leave comments below. I read all the comments. I respond to most of the comments. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin miner big board. Okay, so you will see it is extremely green. All the Bitcoin miners are having somewhere between a good day and an unbelievable day so far. So the trading day is not over. It's just a few minutes after 2 o'clock. So there's just about 2 hours left in the trading day. So we'll have to see where everything settles out. It's been wild swings today. This is the Bitcoin chart on the 15-minute time frame. So each one of these candles is 15 minutes. So you will notice one gigantic green candle right here. We're still less than 15 minutes since the Fed announced that they are not raising rates. The market is having a very green day as well, and that too has accelerated since the Fed said that they're not going to raise rates. All the rest of the normal language was in there. You know, their typical notes on they're going to raise rates soon, inflation. But when it was all said and done with, they did not raise rates today, and that's what people were waiting to see. And I think that's what people were expecting. Given recent events, I think the Fed was probably going to raise them today until a series of events and bad economic numbers have come out over the last week or two, and things aren't quite as strong as they thought, so they're holding off. So right now we've pulled back just a little bit, but our high on this candle, which is our high on the day, was $38,960. So we'll see if this is just a momentary pullback or if things are settling down. You can see that on January 24th, which was just 2 days ago, we bottomed out somewhere around $33,000. So we're now at $38,300. So, we're up a quick 5,000 points. We were down a quick 10,000 points in the week before that. So you can see we're nowhere near back where we were just on January 20th, which was actually just 1 week ago. So a very volatile week, massive downward pressure. Now we have some very serious upward momentum going for once. It's been a while, so we don't know if this is going to hold or not, but what I wanted to show you guys is we closed at this yellow line right here yesterday. And one of the things that I talked about in yesterday's update is if we could close a 4-hour candle above this red line, and I'm just going to scroll back. This line goes all the way back to August 3rd. So that is support from August 3rd. We took that out last week and went below it. And now you'll see today, if I zoom in a little bit on the 4-hour here, you'll see today we have 1, 2, and now a third 4-hour candle all above this red line. So that would be very encouraging if we could hold this line. That would potentially reestablish this as a line of support. Bitcoin's been all over the place, so it is very hard to determine. We could easily retest these lows at some point sooner or later. This does seem to be the first forward momentum we've had in a little while, so let's see if we can run with it. But I'm being a little more cautious than usual because we've had so much downward pressure over time. This could be it right here on the 24th, but we can't be sure. On this daily candle, we're now over this red line, so that's what we want to maintain. And when we looked closer, we're in our third 4-hour candle, so it looks pretty close right here, but we actually seem to be holding this line nicely. So that was the first step. We've got another line just a couple of $1,000 up. And I just want to go back to the 15-minute candle for a second. I know I'm jumping from chart to chart to chart, but you can see how fast things are moving. This was the giant green candle that we were looking at. Well, that has evaporated, and we're now, instead of being way up, we're now actually down. So we're down about 1,300 points in the last 10 minutes. Having said that, we were up around 1,300 points in the 20 minutes before that. So we're kind of right back to where we were before we started. So we're going to have to see which direction this breaks in. So that news caused about 20 minutes of short-term massive volatility, but we're right back to where we started. All right, I want to start by looking at CleanSpark. So CleanSpark right now is up 2.67%. So again, it's been a bit of a wild ride today, but we're up 2.67% on the day right now. This was kind of our benchmark line of support. This was at the end of the September lows. Now, Bitcoin has taken out its September lows and gone lower. So all the Bitcoin miners actually first took out this line even before Bitcoin dropped beneath its September lows. But so that was this first push down, and then Bitcoin dropped, and that's this second push down right here. So you can see January 4th so far was the bottom, and we're definitely not calling that as the all-time bottom. But at the moment, that was the bottom. So we've recovered off of that, but CleanSpark is lagging behind, not just today, but in general. So if I go from where they're trading right now at this minute, back up to that long-term line of support dating back to September, and again, they were just there on December 29th. So less than 1 month ago, they were at this line of support. So that would be over a 66% increase in the price of CleanSpark just to get back to where it was at the end of December. CleanSpark just announced that they reached over 2 exahash, so they've basically doubled their hash rate in the fourth quarter, and they've had good results. I'm not sure why this is lagging. I don't think it's on the fundamentals. They've taken a little bit of different approach by selling a lot of their Bitcoin and buying machines versus hodling and diluting their stock. They do have a $500 million over-the-counter stock offering that they could be taking from at any time, but they are not. They haven't taken from that in many, many months, and they've sold Bitcoin instead to fulfill their cash needs. But the bottom line is their hash rate is way up. Their production numbers are way up. December was the best month they ever had, and January is almost certainly going to beat that. To me, I think when those January production reports come out first week of February, I'm expecting a pop on this stock. So obviously Bitcoin needs to cooperate. If it's crashing at that time as well, then that's another major variable. But all things considered, if Bitcoin can turn around and keep a little bit of this momentum, then I think this is a very realistic price target for the next month or two. You guys know you need to do your own due diligence and make your own buying decisions. I can't do that for you. So I'm just showing you some points on the chart that I'm looking at. And this first point goes back less than 1 month, and it's a 66% increase. So let's look at one more thing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to December 3rd. This is right before Bitcoin had its flash crash. It was trading at around $57,000 or $58,000. And you'll see, actually, CleanSpark just had a huge leg down right before that. This is, on December 1st, it was trading up at about $18.40. But I'm only measuring to December 3rd, where it was at about $16.20. So if it can just get back to its pre-flash crash number, that's 143% upside on CleanSpark stock. So that was less than 2 months ago. So I don't think that that is an unrealistic target sometime near the end of the first quarter or the middle of the second quarter. So that's how I'm looking at CleanSpark. I think it's way oversold, but again, you guys need to decide for yourself. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, next I want to look at Marathon. Marathon has had another one that's had one of the wildest rides. Marathon hit $83.51 on November 9th, which was just within a day of Bitcoin hitting its all-time high. So from its all-time high just 2.5 months ago until today, Marathon's down about 72%. So that's a massive move down. So Marathon right now from where it's trading at the moment, and it's up 4.28% at the moment today. And again, things are changing rapidly today. It would be about a 32% increase just to get back to where this was trading January 13th. So that's 2 weeks ago. So to me, that's extremely realistic. As soon as Bitcoin gets healthy, and we don't know, it's acting very healthy over the last few days. This could be the start of a nice run. This could be a fake out. It's hard to tell. So if and when Bitcoin gets healthy, and I believe that's going to be sooner than later, even if we do have to retest some lower points, this goal of getting back to about $30, which is a 32% increase, I think is a very realistic, very short-term goal, maybe a 1-month goal. Then let's do the same thing and go back to December 3rd, right before the flash crash. So Marathon would have to go up 114% to get back to where it was trading just on December 3rd. So that's less than 2 months ago. So again, I'm looking at this more of a medium-term target, sometime end of the first quarter, middle of the second quarter. But I think this is a very reachable goal because remember, so this point right here is from the flash crash. It would be 114% upside to get back to this point. But I'm going to show you one more number. That point that we're looking to get back to right there as a kind of a medium-term goal, that's already 40% lower than Marathon's recent high of over $80. So I feel like that's a very realistic goal. We're leaving... Marathon had already had a pretty serious crash just to get down to that number. So if we can just get back to where it was after it crashed 40%, you're talking about 114% upside in Marathon. So again, not financial advice. This is how I'm looking at that. Obviously, Bitcoin needs to cooperate, and Marathon has to have some good production reports. All right, so I'm just going to leave it at those two miners for now, since everything is so incredibly volatile, it's changing minute to minute. So I'm going to end on the 15-minute Bitcoin chart. You can see this was the candle at the beginning of this video. We were all the way up here. This candle got us all the way back down to this red line of support, tested that almost perfectly, and now we seem to be climbing back right here. This was a massive swing. These two candles are 15-minute candles, so this is only a half an hour from here to here. We have about an hour and a half left in the trading day, so we'll have to see where everything ends. Hopefully we hold on to these gains. We've had them almost all day long, so let's just hope we can hold out until the close and see Bitcoin move in the right direction. So that's my Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update for the day. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.